Hey everybody, I'm here with Tabitha. She's taken some time out of her day to let me interview her. She's going to share some tips and how she got started, and hopefully it'll help you guys out and maybe answer some questions. So we will dive in. Tabitha and I actually live somewhat close to each other. We just discovered that. She is in Philadelphia, PA, and I'm in Maryland. So a couple hours away from each other, which is really cool. We're going to plan to meet up sometime. I'm excited. But we'll start by Tabitha's going to share why she got started working on the online space and just kind of share a little bit about her story. So go ahead.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tabitha, and I think it's an honor being on this phone call with Carly. She's amazing. I love her content, and I think that it's great that we are close to each other because now we get to hang out, which is even more great. So, sure. I guess I'll just go right into why I started this business. So when I was younger, I always knew that I wanted to start an online business, but I never knew what to do or how to go about it because I don't have anybody in my family or friends or anything like that who have ever started their own business. So when you're in that kind of predicament, it's kind of like the blind leading the blind in a sense. So I always just ended up, I went to school, did everything like you're supposed to do, went to college. I graduated and then I started my 9 to 5 job. I just work in a firm right now. And I feel like when I ended up starting that job, I was like, oh, like it's not cut out the way I thought it would be or what I wanted it to be. And then I was like, I felt like I was more creative than this. The time that I would have on my hands during those hours, I could be doing something else for me. So when I came across my coach and we started talking about it, it just gave me every reason why I should start doing something on my own and just making my life more so about me rather than working for somebody else. That's basically it.
That's awesome. I love that. And that's like pretty much one of the big reasons anybody starts in this business. Like they're tired of giving their time to a corporate job and they're tired of spending time doing that instead of on their own and they're looking for that freedom. So, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, that is 100% right.
All right, well, perfect. So, one thing that I wanted to ask is what were some of your fears when you got started? Just because I know when I got started, I was hesitant and I was worried, and oh my God, what if I fail? So, what were some of those things going through your head, and how would you say you got past it?
Yeah, so I would say that just like you said, my main reason was what if I failed and this was all kind of a waste of my time and it's kind of like a chunk out of my life that I could have been using towards something else. But I felt like once I got into it, I always had a mentor to reach out to. I always had people in the community, like let's say if my mentor's tied up or she's somewhere traveling, she has bad service, I've always had somebody that I can reach out to and help me with whatever that I'm doing. The platform that we have been using, it just gives us like step by step of everything, so that has been like extremely helpful. And whenever I would feel like anxious and have like so much anxiety over if I'm doing the right thing, it's like I can always refer back to that. And yeah, so I guess that would be like the main like reason that I got kind of like over my fears. I always had something to like fall back on to make it be like I'm going in the right direction and I'm not just, like I said, kind of like I said earlier, it's not just the blind leading the blind. You have somebody who's helping you at all times.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of looking at it. Cause like you said, like if you start feeling anxious and you're like, am I doing the right thing? You have like not only all that training to fall back on, but like the huge community and like the group chats and everybody that you've met along the way. And like you're not alone. So, we're all going through similar things and like everyone's like truly there to help each other. It's not one person's better than another. Everyone's
Yeah.
there to build each other's businesses. So, yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yes, and the team calls are just so like beneficial because it's like things that you may not either learn from the platform, you learn from there, and it just helps your business expand even more.
Yeah, because I don't know about you, but I definitely didn't really have the like experience like with social media, like running ads, like doing all the behind the scenes work that I never even knew existed. Like that was all foreign to me. So learning all that has been, they make it so easy, and like you said, you can ask questions and learn from each other. So that's
Yeah,
definitely a
yeah.
huge help.
Running the ads, that has definitely been an experience for me, but I feel like it's just so crucial for anything because whether you're just in this business or if once you do this business full time and then you want to do something for yourself and run this business, you learn everything that you need to know in order to run any kind of business that you need. So whether you want to use just all the materials that you learn for this business, or if you want to do this business and something else, it doesn't matter because you learn so
Right.
much material on how to just advertise and do things like that. And I think
Yeah.
that's just really great.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I never thought about it like that, but that is true. I mean, they set you, the training sets you up for really anything you want to use it for.
Mhm.
And I'm sure there are people that come in and they have like their own business they started. They just need to learn how to get there. So that's pretty neat. I never really thought about that till you said
Mhm.
that. Wow,
I think that it was kind of like a thing for me too, because I always wanted to do like a couple other things. So I was like, this is just like awesome because I feel like I'm learning so much within this business and whatever that I wanted to do. This is also helping me in this. So it's like a win-win.
yeah, and we're all building our own brand. So, you're not
Mhm.
just pushing a product that you don't even like, or that you just trying to make money. Like you're building your own brand around what you love. So that's pretty cool
Yeah,
for
that's
all of us.
love it.
Wow, that kind of goes into my next question. I was going to ask what your favorite part is about the business, and you kind of touched on it probably, but if you wanted
Yeah.
to share something that you kind of didn't expect to get, but it's, a perk of the business.
Sure. So I would say that like regarding anything that we had just said, my main thing that would be my favorite would definitely be the community. Like it is nice to have the platform and just like mentors and people to reach out to, but I think what's also amazing is like you don't only just learn from your mentor, you learn from so many other people who are doing or taking this business in so many different other ways. So it's like whatever you decide that you want to do with it, or even if you decide to switch it up, rebrand, do whatever, like you have all those possibilities there and you can always have somebody to reach out to.
Yep, that is so true. It's funny that you say that because I'm like you might have saw it, but I'm like
Mhm.
challenging myself to do a go live challenge. And what I talked about today was literally like the community, how powerful it is. And like it's something that coming in, I knew I wasn't going to be alone, but I didn't know that like it came with all of this support, and you're
Mhm.
just truly like surrounded by like-minded people. And so it makes the process so much easier because you can talk about all things business or what you're going through, and they understand, and they're there to push you harder and build you up. So
Yeah.
I love that you shared that, because that's a part of the business that I feel like sometimes gets forgotten or, brushed under the rug, but it really is powerful that the community is so big. And yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like it's just so much more than talking to someone. It's like if you're in a bad headspace or anything, like it's always someone there that you can run to and talk to and just get you right back up and running and like you got this, you can do it, like just do it.
Yeah, and when we leave like team calls, like when we have like the big leadership calls, and then we have like our private team calls, like I don't know about you, but I always leave so like empowered, like all right, I got
Mhm.
this, like I'm gonna kill this week. Like it just gives you so much drive to keep like pushing to be better.
Yeah, it definitely shifts my energy towards my business. And I'm like, "Ah, this is going to be good. Like, I don't care that like my laptop's being a pain right now. Like, everything's going to
And that you lost
be
power and all that.
fine." Yep.
um all right, well, I guess I have let's see. All right, my last questions, I got confused of how I wrote that down. My last question is, what would be some advice you would give someone that has been watching for a while? They know that this is the life they want, but they're really hesitant about it. What would you tell them, to give them a little motivation?
Sure. So my main thing when someone is on the fence about anything, and it's kind of like my own advice to myself as well. When you are scared to start something, but you're also, it's like your brain's telling you like, I'm scared, but what if this completely changes my life? I feel like people, what we need to start doing is just doing it, just starting it, just hopping right on it. Because the more that we leave space for our brains to tell us no, we're going to keep talking ourselves out of not doing it. And then, later on down the line, we're going to be like, well, why didn't we start? We should have just started this. Like, I could have been XYZ by now if I would have just started a year ago or a month ago or anything like that. So, if we just got into just the process of just starting it and just be like, all right, let's just do this and let's see what I can get out of it, and just using it more so as a learning experience, then you would just be able to either start your business or do whatever you love to do sooner.
I love that. I wrote it down. I tried to write it down without making it obvious. Um,
No worries.
but I wrote it down because I love that. And that's something similar to like what I tell people is like, because when I got started, I waited a good like 3 or 4 months
Mhm.
where I was watching my coach and I'm like, I know that I want that life, but like I don't know if I can do it. And so in my head, if I got started that much sooner, how much further would I be in my business if I did? So I love that you say that. That's a good way of looking at it is like if you you had said, oh, the more we let our brains tell us no, the more we're going to talk ourselves out of it. And that's so true
Mhm.
because it's totally a mindset. That was one of my favorite parts about the business is all the mindset growth. So that's a huge part of the business. And, you just have to tell yourself, like, you can do it. And of course, you're going to hit roadblocks. There's nothing in life where you don't hit roadblocks. So you just have to do it, go for it, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. Just sometimes even when you're going into it just a little bit like uncertain or kind of blind, there's so many things that you do in life that you go into and you don't know what you're going to get out of it. Like even just doing normal things, getting a job, going to school, doing things like that, you don't know how your outcome's going to be. Like a lot of people just go in and they feel safe doing it, and it's because that's all that they know. So like doing something like this that's, a little bit different, you have no idea what you're going to be getting into. But if you see other people's lives completely changing and like doing a complete 180, then it's like, why can't that happen for you?
Yeah, exactly. Like that is a good point that you brought up. I mean, think about the people that I went to college, but it wasn't like for 6 years of college, it was an associate's degree. But the
Mhm,
people that have gone to college for years and years, think about the debt they have, to
mhm.
get what they want, and then they don't keep a job in it and it's not what they want to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, everything in life we take risks for. It's not, it's normal. You just have to go for it and you have to have the mindset to get through it. So,
Yeah.
I love that. I love your way of looking at it. I'm glad you
Yeah.
shared that.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Well, I would say we pretty much covered everything. I love all your points and hopefully somebody can get something out of it. So I guess I don't think I have any other questions. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I think everything was all good. I guess I'll just be hitting you up soon so we can figure out a day where we can hang out.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Well, thank you for hopping on and we'll talk to you guys later. See
All
ya.
right, bye. Thank you.